Jose, good evening. The streets are calm at this very moment, but behind me, police are still working the scene here where the fatal accident occurred. Witnesses saying that this driver came plowing into a crowd of counter-protesters. People went flying in every direction. We had at least one fatality here. A short time ago, they did arrest a suspect in this, but we don't know his identity. The police chief moments ago said that this was, in fact, an intentional act. In the entirety of this incident here in Charlottesville, more than 36 people injured. This has been a day of heated racist rhetoric and violence. A horrifying scene in Charlottesville as this car plowed into a crowd of people. The driver then backing up, and witnesses say dragging at least one person.
It's barreling towards the protesters. I jump out of the way, I scream, car.
3 cars involved in the chain reaction crash, killing at least one person. That's when he went right through the crowd. Yeah. Brennan Gilmore and Chris Mahoney took video of the moment of impact. He took aim at the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very narrow street, and he sort of slowed down and then just slammed into them very, very hard.
It happened 2 hours after a planned protest billed as Unite the Right was shut down by police at a nearby park. Hundreds of white nationalists, some wearing what appeared to be uniforms, carrying weapons, Confederate flags, and Nazi symbols, clashed with counter-protesters. The rally originally meant to protest the city's decision to remove the statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee, but it quickly turned to chaos.
You will not replace us!
Unite the Right organizer Jason Kessler live-streamed this video.
Look, we're being gassed now. The Charlottesville Police Department is allowing people to come in here, gas us. They won't allow us into the event, even though we had a permit.
If you do not disperse immediately, you will be arrested.
Police stepped in, a massive presence, clearing the demonstrators from the area, declaring it an unlawful assembly, the largest deployment of Virginia State Police in nearly 3 decades. Tensions began simmering last night when white nationalists carried torches in the city, eerily reminiscent of Nazi Party propaganda events in the 20s and 30s. Today, President Trump responded to the violence.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides.
The mayor of Charlottesville also weighed in, saying he is brokenhearted and urged people to go home. We have another tragic development. A state police helicopter was working all day, hovering above the crowd, watching the developments. It crashed a short time ago. The governor of Virginia tells us that 2 state troopers died in that crash. So we now have 3 people dead here in Charlottesville, Virginia, or nearby, and at least 36 people injured in what may have been the biggest white nationalist attraction or event in decades. Jose?
Tom Costello, thank you very much.